Hey hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. As I am recording this, it is 12:30 on Sunday the 31st of December 2023. So this is of course the final video of the year. Now what I thought we'd do for this one is have a quick look back on the year just gone, and far more exciting than that, have a look forward to what we can expect from 2024. Now just before we get into that, I've got a little bit of housekeeping to do. So first of all, I am keeping the entry to the Advent Calendar Challenge open until Tuesday, so that's the 2nd of January. And if you don't know where to send your answers to, then you can email them to the Napoleonic Wargamer at gmail.com, and that's all lowercase. So, the Napoleonic Wargamer, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can email me when you want. Now, I must confess, I don't look at that email as much as I probably should. But I will certainly be looking at it next week because I'll be getting the answers from there. Make sure that you title the email Advent Challenge 2023 because that's the search term I'll be looking for to bring up all the emails in order to do the draw. We'll be doing the draw next Sunday. Speaking of which, next Sunday is going to be the last video for January. Every year I normally take January off, and this year shall be no exception. Now I'm going to try and get ahead of my videos this January because that's going to lead into something that's going on later on in the year. But I won't be doing any more videos this January. So I've got next Sunday, which is the 7th, he said. 7th, and then I'll be taking off the rest of January. So the next one after that will be February the 4th. And finally, in the housekeeping section, I want to say a great big thank you to everyone who's subscribed. We have now reached 12,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So thank you very, very much for everyone who has clicked that subscribe button. Make sure that the bell is ticked as well so you get notification of when the videos go live. And I did say that if we reach 12,000 by the end of the year, then I would remove the mid-roll ads from my videos because I don't know what's happening with YouTube at the moment, but the adverts are really beginning to piss me off, and I'm sure they are you as well. So, from going on from today, including this video, there will be no mid-roll ads. If the video is a particularly long one, if it's going to be over an hour, then I might sneak a cheeky one or two sets of mid-roll ads in there. But for normal Sunday videos, no more mid-roll ads. Thank you very much. And that is a response to everyone who's subscribed. If you are watching and you have yet to subscribe, then please do. It really helps the channel grow and reach new audiences. And it also lets me know that you're interested in the content that I'm producing. I've been looking at the statistics, and around about 55% of my viewers are yet to subscribe. Now, I know that you have to have a Google account, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse. But if you've got one anyway, then I do ask that you subscribe, just so we know that we're on the right track and the channel feeds the algorithm gods and becomes visible to more people. But the key takeaway from this final point is thank you so much, and let's see if 2024 we can boost off that and expand. Let's see if we can get up to 15,000 by the end of the year. That would be something of an achievement, I think. So this year's been a funny old year. We've had an increase in the number of companies that are producing digital STLs. So now we've got Wargames Atlantic, we've got Piano Miniatures, have moved into the main belligerents of the Napoleonic Wars. We've now got the French and the Austrians. Raphael, of course, has done his Austrians as well. And we've seen some more plastic kits from the Perrys, particularly sort of European cavalry, so Austrians and Russian cavalry. So that's been quite nice as well. The range of Napoleonic figures has expanded out. I think one of the key takeaways from this year is that we've got, by and large, we've got all the main bases covered. If you want French infantry, there's plenty of French infantry out there. You want British infantry or Austrians or whatever, that's all available. So now manufacturers have started moving outwards. So this is where people like Piano Miniatures and Lucas come in, that they can explore places like Bavaria, for instance, or the Tyrol Revolt, things like this. And in 2024, we've got the Perrys. It should be quite early in 2024, I would have thought, January or February. They will be releasing their Duchy of Warsaw infantry set. So I don't know about you guys, I am quite excited for that. I shall certainly be getting at least a box. And they're doing it in their new way of releasing boxes where they have One of sort of marching and one of elites, who are usually a bit more dynamic. Not entirely sure how I feel about that way of doing it. It seems a little bit weird to me, but it obviously works for them, and that's the approach that they're going to have going forward. I also managed to get to the Warlord Open Day this year, which was a little bit of a disappointment, I'm not going to lie. There wasn't a huge amount of Napoleonics on display or information going forward. We still haven't seen the next supplement that they announced last year. That is the 1813 Dresden supplement, so we've not seen that yet. Hopefully we'll see it next year. My guess is probably Q2 next year, so from April to July. But that is a guess. I don't know. I certainly don't think it's going to be any sooner than that. But, I hope it is. I just don't think it will be. One thing Warlord have brought out, though, is their much vaunted elite units, shall we say, of basically Brits and French in fancy dress for the Peninsula. And they're fun enough. They're nice, adding something different to the battlefield. So if you've got that set, I think it's something nice and fun to add to your collection. I haven't got them yet. I can't really see myself buying them, but you never know. There might be I go to a Wargaming show, haven't bought anything, and I see some, I might pick them up. But as it stands now, it's not necessarily my bag. So I guess, that's a very quick look back on of the videos that we've done this year on the channel. For me, the ones that stand out the most are the 3 or 4 parts on the Irish Legion. I think that was I really enjoyed researching those, and I hope you enjoyed the videos as much as I enjoyed making them. I've got some to come for next year. It's been a bit of a weird time at the moment. I've not really had a chance to finish off the research in these ones, but hopefully we're going to have some more deep dives coming next year. I know there's series I need to finish, so hopefully those will get done as well. But there are 2 main events happening next year. The first one is a personal one, and the second one is one for you guys, the community. So the first one is I am heading to Adepticon in March. Now, we were originally going to be coming with General Dan, but he's unfortunately had to bail, so it's just going to be me, I'm afraid. But if you are going to Adepticon, if you are in the area, then let me know, hit me up. I'd love to meet some of you guys over the pond. And although I'm not necessarily planning on doing too much Napoleonics, there is a demo of Et Sans Resultant over there, so I might jump in on that and see how that one goes. But I'm hoping the spiritual grandfather of Black Powder is Warmaster. I'm hoping to get involved in the Fantasy Warmaster event and some other ones as well. So if you are in the area, please don't be shy. Let me know. Either drop me a message on Facebook or drop me an email to the Napoleonic Wargamer at gmail.com, and we'll see if we can meet up and have a bit of a Napoleonic Wargamer American meetup. I think that would be quite fun. Speaking of meeting up, on the Sunday after the 18th of June, so although this is going to be instant for you, I'm going to pause the recording here and find out exactly what the date is. So that's June the 22nd and 23rd. That's the Saturday and Sunday after the 18th. I will be running a Napoleonic event down at Boards and Swords in Derby. Now, Boards and Swords are a store which is a huge fan of Napoleonic Wargaming, and twice a year they put on huge Napoleonic naval games. That's on the 1st of June and on the anniversary of Trafalgar. So they do those 2 games, and I've been speaking to the guys there, and we will be putting on a Napoleonic Black Powder weekend event. So it's going to be 4 games with points selected armies. I think we've gone for 500 points or 600 points. I can't remember off the top of my head. And it's basically just an excuse to get together and throw some dice and play some Napoleonic games. The key thing is it is not a tournament. So people who say, oh, I'm not interested in tournaments, well, this is entirely for you because it ain't a tournament. Those of you who want to absolutely crush your opponents before them, it's probably not for you because it's not a tournament. I will be doing a video later on in the year, probably February time, that goes through all this. I've done an event pack and all that kind of stuff, but this is just a bit of a look ahead. So towards the end of June, we will be hosting a Napoleonic weekend at Boards and Swords in Derby. If you could either make it to participate or just pop by, that would be absolutely awesome to see anyone and everyone there. Let's try and show people how popular Napoleonic Wargaming actually is. So that's the two main events for the channel. There is some other stuff happening next year. The Napoleon Director's Cut will be out on, I think is it on Apple? Now I will probably sit down and watch it, but it's not necessarily the top of my to-do list, I must confess. I will be doing more Napoleonic reviews videos, so I hope you enjoyed the Napoleon review. I will be doing more on Napoleonic themed movies. So the ones I've got in mind at the moment are my absolute favourite, which is the Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, which is a little bit out there, but I really love it. I will also be probably looking at Bondarchuk's Waterloo, because you can't not. Perhaps the BBC series of War and Peace. And perhaps Union of Salvation as well, which is one of my topmost favourite Napoleonic movies. Again, at the moment, these things are all subject to change, of course. I might even do a palate cleanser instead and do The Duelists, back when Ridley Scott knew how to make a film. But anyway, we're gonna keep it positive. We're keeping it positive. So, what are the channel hobby plans for next year? Well, hopefully I will. And this is all again up in the air. These are my New Year's resolutions, which I can hopefully achieve, but we'll see, because it's going to be quite a busy year, I think. I am going to try and get my Württembergers finished, so I'm going to try and get the Army of Württemberg done. I am currently working on a couple of armies for different scales and periods, so I'm hoping to get those done as well. I'm looking to expand my Russians, mainly by finishing the Guards Brigade. And that's probably it for now. I'm going to try and keep my expectations quite low-key this year, because I always fail to meet them, so I'm not going to embarrass myself too much this year. I might have a little look at getting some more skirmish figures done. Maybe getting Lord of the Sharp ready for, not publication, but ready for, letting people see it towards the end of the year. I know some people have asked me about it, because I've mentioned it before. I also want to do more battle reports next year. We've not really had that many on the channel this year. So hopefully next year I'll be able to get some more of those going on. And I might even have a look at, is it Valor and Fortitude, the rules there? I might see how they play, perhaps do a play test of those. That's the one that Jervis Johnson wrote and is available for free on the Perry's website. So that's it really. I don't have a huge amount of things firmly planned for next year yet. I'm keeping it kind of loosey-goosey. The key dates are going to be March Adepticon. Once that's out of the way, I'll then be gearing up for the, it's called Under Eagles to Glory, the event in Derby in June. And then once that's out of the way, then I'll be able to start thinking about what I want to do for the rest of the year. But at the moment, those are the two big key dates that I'm working towards. Hopefully we'll be having our normal videos in between then. I'm hoping to get ahead in this time where I'm off in January, which will take off some of the pressure just before I go to the event. I was thinking of doing a Road to Adepticon style travel log kind of thing, but with me not taking any Napoleonics there, because obviously I can't carry them all the way across the Atlantic, then I thought it's probably not very suitable for the channel. But if that's something like a side blog or something that you'd be interested in, then let me know down in the comments below. But also, and more importantly than this is just a sort of end of the year check-in. What are you guys looking forward to for 2024? What's your plans? What are your campaigns have you've got planned, or have you got any new armies or new battles or new theatres that you want to do? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's see how thriving and how busy the Napoleonic era community is, and let's all go together forward into 2024 as a community, and let's boost each other up. Let's see what projects we've got coming forward to, and more exciting than that, what's going to come from Warlord Games, the Perrys, Eagle Miniatures, Piano Miniatures, what all of these companies now more than ever have got in store for us in 2024. But you let me know what you are most looking forward to doing in the hobby. What's your goal for the year? Is it a simple one, or is it quite an extensive one? Let me know. I shall look forward to reading the comments. I'm going to draw it to a close there. Remember, if you've not sent your answers in for the Advent Calendar Challenge yet, you've got until Tuesday the 2nd of January. You've got 2 more days. And it's to the napoleonicwargamer@gmail.com, and I will be doing the draw next Sunday in next Sunday's video. I've tried to do them live before, but it's never really worked out. So I don't know about that. Speaking of live, I am contemplating doing a live stream tomorrow. Let me know if you'd be around for that. It'd be 12 o'clock GMT, probably running until about 2. The light here is absolutely appalling at the moment, but I'll do my best at that one. Let me know if that's something that you'd fancy seeing as well. But most importantly of all, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic New Year's Eve, and I hope that you have a great 2024.